Most people think if you earn six figures, you've made it. But what if that income is costing you your happiness, your health, and your time? I stopped chasing promotions, turned down the corporate ladder, and still built more wealth, time freedom, and purpose than I ever imagined. Hello, I'm Jonathan, co-founder of Pan Portfolio, and my financial journey wasn't about a lottery ticket or a lucky break. It started with one thing, a mindset shift. In this video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of how changing your relationship with money can change your entire life. And today, we'll cover these three big ideas. 1. Discovering the moment when more income stops improving your life and start adding pressure instead. 2. Understanding the money trap. The hidden reason we keep chasing money, even when it doesn't bring us fulfillment. And 3. Learning 3 practical ways to use your money intentionally so it supports the life you genuinely want to live. There's a fascinating study that shows happiness increases as income rises, but up to a certain point. In the beginning, every extra dollar makes a real difference. It helps you cover rent, put food on the table, and breathe a little easier. Then as income grows, it opens doors to better experiences, safer neighborhoods, nicer meals, convenience, and peace of mind. But eventually, the return starts to diminish. You hit what researchers call the fulfillment ceiling. That's when extra money no longer adds to your happiness, it just adds to stress, distractions, and responsibilities. The more you earn, the more you spend, and the more you feel pulled in 100 different directions. I remember being in that same exact place, earning well into six figures, but constantly asking myself, why does this feel so empty? I was working long hours, missing time with my kids, and carrying a level of stress that no paycheck could fix. That was my tipping point. I realized I didn't need more money. I needed more meaning. If you're feeling the same tension as well, like you've been climbing but the view still doesn't get any better, take a step back. Ask yourself what enough really means. Because when you define what truly matters and stop chasing more for the sake of more, you start building a life that actually feels rich. If we know that money doesn't buy happiness past a certain point, then why do we still keep chasing it? The truth is, we live in a culture that worships hustle and glorifies more. More income, more status, more upgrades. And I fell into that trap too. The pressure to keep climbing the corporate ladder, to look successful, to stay on the treadmill of achievement. It was constant. But no one ever really talks about the emotional and relational costs of that grind. We chase promotions, but miss our kids' milestones. We upgrade our lifestyle, but downgrade our peace of mind. Eventually that question hits you. What am I really doing this for? For me, that wake-up call came when I read a book about regrets. The regret that hit me the hardest was, I wish I had lived a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. That line stuck with me. I didn't want to get to the end of my life realizing I had spent it chasing goals that weren't even mine. And the thing is, most people don't wake up to this until something really breaks. A health scare, a relationship falling apart, or just pure burnout. But you don't have to wait for a crisis to realign your life. The sooner you pause and reflect on what truly matters to you, the sooner you can reclaim your time, your values, and your purpose. And that's when you start building real wealth. The kind that doesn't just live in your bank account, but shows up in your peace, your time, and your relationships. So, how do you actually break free from constant chase and start building a life that feels right, not just rich? It comes to alignment. When your money decisions reflect your values, your purpose, and your vision for life, everything starts to shift. These next 3 steps helped me realign my finances with my life, the one that I truly wanted, and they could do the same for you. Step 1. Define your vision. Start by asking yourself, what kind of life do I actually want? Not just that fancy car or the bigger house, but what purpose do I want to live? How do I want to spend my time? What do I want to become the process? For me, that clarity came when I realized I didn't want to keep climbing a ladder that led to a life I didn't even enjoy. I didn't want to spend the next 30 years working at a job that drained me, even if it paid well. I wanted to build something meaningful, something that helped families escape paycheck stress like my wife and I once faced. And once I divined what that vision was, everything else started to align. My savings, my spending, even my income goals. They all became tools to build wealth, the life that I actually wanted, not a life that just looked good on paper. Step 2, invest in experiences and growth. Once I had a clear vision, I realized that buying more just never really bought me lasting happiness. The new gadgets, the upgrades, they wore off fast. But taking my kids on a road trip, learning how to invest in real estate, growing a skill that made me more valuable, was something I truly changed the way I looked at life. Those were the investments that made me feel alive. Growth-based spending fuels your future. It's not just about what you get, it's about who you become in the process. So if you're wondering where your money should go, ask yourself, will this help me grow? Will it bring connection, purpose, or possibility? If the answer is yes, it's probably worth it. Step 3, reframe time versus money. The final mindset shift came from an exercise that I read about. It asked me to calculate my real hourly wage, not just my salary divided by the hours I worked, but my take-home income after subtracting all the stress, commuting, and job-related costs. It blew my mind. You see, a $100 dinner suddenly didn't feel harmless when I realized it cost me 5 hours of my life. That's time I could have spent with my kids or building something on my own. When you start valuing your time more than your stuff, you stop making decisions on autopilot. You start choosing with intention. You stop trading your life energy for things you don't even really care about. That's when your money stops owning you and starts serving you. At the end of the day, more money isn't the finish line. It's just a tool. A tool that either builds you a life you love or keeps you trapped chasing one you don't even want. If there's one thing I hope you walk away from this video with, it's that success isn't about a job title or a bank balance. It's about alignment, making sure your money, your time, and your values are all working together. So here's what I want you to remember. You have a tipping point. Pushing past it might earn you more income, but it can cost your health, your happiness, and your family time. And that money trap, it keeps so many of us climb ladders we were never meant to be on. But the moment you define what enough looks like for you and start spending, saving, and earning in alignment with that vision, you stop just making money and start making a meaningful life. So if this video resonated with you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're ready to take the next step, grab our free 5-step money reset guide below. It's a simple system to point you in the right direction to get out of debt and build the life you once dreamed of on your terms. Remember, let's build wealth quietly, one step at a time.